Hey, good morning. So, what day is it? It's Friday, and Friday morning. Good morning, Friday morning. Uh, just wanted to share a bit with you this morning. I was at my men's group last night. I've been going to my men's group for 20 years, a little over 20 years, and I think that having men in their life consistently is a great thing, so at this time in my hang on a second, hang on, hang on, my little thing has been playing here, and there we go. I have my iPad playing beside me, and because I love this music, and all of a sudden, Siri heard my voice and thought I was talking to her. Isn't it funny? Anyway, so I was at my men's group last night, and we do some content usually, like where we're discussing something that's uplifting or educational, or the topic last night was desire, and so desire. Let's talk about desire a bit this morning, because it really brought up some interesting stuff. You know, when we're in desire, what are we saying? What is it that's happening? So it was kind of my question of the day. I've sent out some texts to my friends and said, are we living in desire? And it would seem that for most of us, at one level, yes. The answer is yes. And I recognize that the shift that's happened for me is that I've spent most of my life living in some sort of a desire for accomplishment, for some sort of greatness that was outside of me, for achievement. And now it would seem that our conditioned belief is that that's okay, that we're here to achieve things that are outside of us, and to live in desire. But is that true? So this is what I'm going to turn this down. This is what I'm seeing, is that desire is, it's another thing that we need to be conscious of, that or that I think we benefit from being conscious of. Are we in desire? When do we live in desire? And to be conscious of desire, because I think that desire takes us out of the moment. Now, why would we want to be in the moment? Well, we want to be in the moment because that's where we connect with, the power in the universe. That's where we connect with the, whatever we call it, God, the Father of light, the universal intelligence, quantum field. And when I'm in desire, I'm not there. I'm saying that something is missing when I'm in desire. I'm saying I want. Often desire comes with complaint. Desire is maybe I don't want. I don't want things to be this way. I want things to be a different way. Those are desires. And so I had a teacher years ago who used to say, let's have preferences. So a preference is held very lightly. And so my preference would be, whatever. That my preference would be that I live a long and healthy life, and that I contribute and make a difference. And what would your preference be? But when I hold it as a desire, I'm telling the universe that I don't have it. And The universe doesn't hear that I don't have it, or doesn't hear that I want it. If I want something, it's basically saying I don't have it. That's right. So if I don't have it, I get more of what I want in a way, and more wanting. Wanting creates what I think I have, and what I'm saying is that so it doesn't actually give us. We don't get what we desire by desiring it, and so you know, and that's not entirely true. I know that some of the teachings that if we have this white heat of desire, we maybe can push through and make things happen from that place. But so desire, you guys, what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts on desire. And it's very subtle, and I remember for me, most of my life, I wanted to have a lady in my life who would, my desire was that I wanted somebody to support me. I wanted somebody to love me, right? And so I was coming at it from a kind of a backwards way, and the shift to find somebody to love and somebody to support, and how can I give in this situation? So my preference is to help and to give and to share, as opposed to getting and what's in it for me. And so desire, interesting word. I think we'll talk more about desire. I think we'll talk more, about that subject. It goes really deep. I'm gonna, and I get that many of the masters have said that desire, basically separates us from God, or separates us from the moment, separates us from joy, because we're not really here. We're in a wanting place. So watch our desires and be conscious of them. A few things that we've talked about this week are, are we really present? I know. Earlier in the week we talked about what do we know for sure, and anyway, and did we talk about complaint? Anyway, complaint is kind of like desire, wanting things to be different. And if we accept life right now as it is, in this moment, like with gratitude, my gosh, we automatically are lifted up. We're automatically in our own greatness, in our own love, in our own service to the world, by accepting in each moment exactly what, where we are, no matter what's happening. And for the most part, if I might say, I don't even know that we know what's happening. Lots of times how we perceive what's happening is through the screens of our belief systems. So we're not really there, and we're seeing stuff through our conditioned beliefs. And so if we accept whatever's happening in each moment, we're lifted up, and we get a higher vision of the world. We get the 5,000 foot view, as opposed to the 2-foot view. And so that's the idea. So desire, babe, watch that, and let's talk about it. And I think it's a very deep subject for many. It brings up lots of stuff. Like in our men's group last night, it was very contentious, and yeah, it was quite a discussion. It went deep fast, and so I thank you guys for that. That was beautiful. Okay, it's a short one today, although I think we could talk about desire for a long, long time. And so let's practice for a bit. When we have a desire, and even if we've created a vision board of all of our things, hold them lightly, with preference as opposed to a strong desire. Strong desire tells the world we don't have it. And all of the manifestation, people talking about how do we create this, our perfect life, is to act as though. So be in gratitude for the thing that you think you want, as if we have it now. If that's what you'd like to do, if you want to play that game that way. So see it as already being here. Feel it as if it's already here. And the universe will comply. And now, so desire. I think watch it closely, because desire, I believe, keeps us from having or being. A friend of mine responded when I said, "Are we living in desire?" And she said, "Yes, we need desire. We need desire to live." And I don't know that that's true. I think that we're really beyond that. We are already, gods in a way. We're created in many of the religions talk about in God's image, but we're these amazing beings, and I think that we don't need desire to be any greater. We're already great. We're already amazing. We're already as whole as we can be. So anyway, love you guys. And, I get a kick out of doing this. I'm enjoying it. So hopefully some of you are. And if you watch this and have a comment, say, hey, yeah, what do you desire? Or what do you think about that word? And that, have you given it any thought? And love it if you follow us on YouTube as well. We're Valley and Beyond, Project Awakening on YouTube. Okay, love you guys. Cheers.